Hey, the good doctor is in the house. Mr. Ryan, you're on with us. Hello. We heard the good news that you got your car back.
I got my car back.
With a little extra stuff.
A little extra.
You got a bonus.
What'd you get in with your car?
Well, see, before the car had a doctor's bag and a bunch of shirts and all the stuff from your panel, and now I've got a Subway bag with a half-eaten sandwich in it, a Starbucks bottle full of cigarette butts, and hypodermic needles used for drugs.
Oh,
Hey,
drugs.
Question, this is very important. What kind of sandwich?
What kind of drugs?
Well, I'm assuming if the hypodermic needle, probably heroin.
Most likely.
And
Or methadone.
I don't know what kind of sandwich it was. I threw it out.
Oh, you could have had that.
Why
I
didn't you eat
keep
the...
it.
Can you inject pot?
Yeah, can you inject a pot, like, instead of having a pot cigarette, you just mainline?
Can you even do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a doctor.
You put the pot right in your veins.
You're a
and then
doctor.
you
Can I
get
cure this
blood.
patient? Whoa.
Well, people put it in a cookie. Why couldn't you put it in
A vein.
Yeah.
Well, think about it this way. When you eat a cookie, then it goes into your intestines, and then all the nutrients get taken out, and they go, and the blood actually carries it. So if you just put it right in your blood, you're you know.
That's what we're saying.
But if you give a mouse a cookie, it's a problem.
Yeah, because then if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for a glass of milk.
Yeah.
But
And
then,
then
if you give a mouse a glass of milk, he'll ask for a blanket.
Oh,
And then it just gets out of control.
it's it's bad news. All around. Are these guys fucking dead? Oh, he's not. Oh, Jesus. Stomp his face. Who else wants a face stomping? Well, we're happy to hear you got your car back. And, was anything damaged? Or, is it just kind of a real bummer? But
The inside smells like what I expect the Grim Reaper's butthole would smell like.
the Grim Reaper's butthole.
They ripped off my sun visor, just ripped it right off the
Yeah, it's not their car. Why do they give a fuck?
Yeah.
the hinge. They broke off. I have an auxiliary port so I can hook up my iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
And the cord that goes there, they just snapped it right off in the thing, and now it's stuck in there.
Oh, so they just fucked it up because they knew they were gonna abandon it, or no? They got caught.
So here's what happened.
Yeah.
Also, they put a couple thousand miles on it. What happened
Jesus.
was that...
Where'd they take it? Did they take it out of state?
Yeah, what happened was they'd been this guy had been driving erratically, and the cops ran the plate, saw that it was mine, it was stolen, and actually the cop who found it knows my dad, so he saw the name and was like, okay, there's no way in hell that's Ryan.
Yeah.
And so that's,
Wow.
Anyway.
So how they pulled the guy over and arrested him?
So what happened is apparently he claims he didn't steal the car. He traded for the car, probably in drugs. So the running theory that they have is that somebody stole my car, sold it for drugs, sold it to somebody else for drugs, and it got passed around for 3 weeks.
By a bunch of crazies.
Yeah, it had a couple thousand miles, and I don't know what they did, but they corroded the shit out of my battery. Wherever it was, there were mice that got in and started eating away at the fucking... The hood over the spark plugs. It's a real fucking shit show.
Wow. Are you gonna...
It's all covered by insurance.
Insurance,
I'm bringing
yeah.
it in on Monday, and it's all gonna get fixed.
Oh, that's cool. Because
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
That is crazy.
So, where did they find it? Where did it get stolen, and where did they find it?
It was stolen outside of my office, and they found it just driving down one of the main streets in my town.
Huh.
So it's still up there in Oregon.
So they put a couple thousand miles on it by staying in the same town, and it must have gone all over the place with it.
So I'm living in Southern Oregon now, and it's a kind of a smaller place, but there's a lot of areas around. So we think that these druggies probably drove it down to Northern California, drove it all around Southern Oregon.
Why not Northern Cali? Why not Oaksterdam?
You got to go get that Northern Cali Kush.
Yeah, you got to get the hydro. Maybe they took it all the way to Canada and got BC Hydro. Maybe.
That's
Probably.
a very good possibility that they got the Vancouver Perp. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not an aficionado.
I don't do pot cigarettes.
They just heard you.
They heard that?
Yeah. Here, we're gonna take that off.
Keep it off.
Sorry.
Anyway, I have a question, and if you guys don't want to talk about this, that's totally
what
fine.
luck.
I'll stop. But I don't know if you guys have heard. It was on the forums. your videos came up on a hard drive of somebody's.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Just real quick. I didn't say anything about it on our site, but it is true.
It is true.
Yeah, the guy, Adam Lanza, or whatever his name is, responsible for the Sandy Hook shooting, there were folders of things on his computer, and there was a folder of Mega64 videos. That's true. I've seen it. It's been in like a bunch of the comments and stuff on our videos. Things
I saw someone on Twitter, like, I guess tried to talk to me about it, but never responded back, and he used an odd wording. Oh, we got a countdown clock.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who linked me to it with no context, and it was like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was crazy. It's not a huge deal. There were lots of things on his computer, but it was weird.
Well, I mean, the guys that did Columbine played the shit out of Doom.
Yeah,
Do you think that John Carmack is like, oh, man,
I
it's my fault? Like, no.
It's just a bummer that our name is in that story at any point ever. But
I don't think it fucking matters.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I guess.
But
That doesn't matter, but the thing I wanted to bring up, I've been talking to the doc. He was talking about this, and there's a good thought. This kid lived near PAX East, and this is more just not about you guys and more just about my thoughts. But the fact that it's possible that you could have met
him.
that guy, shook his hand.
Huh.
Like,
Yeah.
do you ever think about that? That the
No.
people that you meet, that they go off, you see them once, and you have these brief interactions with someone that could go off and do something like that. You ever? I don't know. It kind of blew my mind for a second when I thought
the fact
about it.
that learning about this, especially after game days happened, which was like the most positive thing I'd ever been part of, is really like, yeah, how. Just goes to show you never know.
You
who's
never
around,
know who
you
your audience
Yeah, I
is.
mean, all kinds of people have skeletons and shit in their closet, and
But
you
man,
meet people. I bet you interact with people every day that have crazy, weird shit going on in their lives that you don't know about.
Yeah, but that I never thought about that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Sandy Hook thing is just like the shittiest, saddest news story ever. So I honestly don't know why they had to release that stuff anyways. Like, what does it benefit anyone to know what's on his computer?
They always,
It always comes out.
Well, also they're trying to release the 911 calls, but why would you want to hear that?
People investigate independently, I guess. I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
I think any
Holy
case like
naked
that, it just
zombie.
becomes public
Yeah.
information after a certain point. But yeah. Anyway, so
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it is
Look at all these
true.
fuckers.
It was weird seeing that.
Did you see that, Sean? They're
But,
naked
Oh, weird.
and they're everywhere. I'm killing everyone right now.
There you go, Ryan.
Yeah, there you go. He was into Shin Megami Tensei too.
No, well, that makes me sad because we're doing fucking Persona Week, and now all I have to think about during that is, oh hey, we're playing the same thing as a fucking killer.
Who cares? It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, people.
He probably watched Sesame Street too.
He probably also likes.
Is that
Tom Hanks
ruined for you?
movies, And there's just there's a thousand things that he liked.
He's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
a
which
Star
one
Wars
of them?
fan.
I mean, I don't know.
Jeffrey Dahmer was probably a big Star Wars and Lord of the Rings fan too, but like, fucking whatever. I don't think that there's much weight in it at all.
It's just it's weird to think about the way that our paths cross with people.
That
Whatever.
is-
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
that-
true.
that
This is a
is-
But I
downward
mean, that's-
call. I apologize.
That's what I'm saying is anybody that's standing in line next to you at the grocery store could have fucking 4 girls tied up in their
Like that couch
apartment.
guy.
Yeah, like you don't know people that you're interacting with on a day-to-day basis. The guy that you go to work with and know, but not on a personal level, might have like a crazy sex dungeon in his bedroom. You don't know that.
But I'm glad. You don't need to apologize, Ryan. I'm glad you brought it up
Yeah.
because I didn't know. I didn't know. How to bring it up. You know what I mean? I didn't know if I should even at all. But that's totally. That.
It did happen.
Yeah, it did happen. So yeah. So I'm glad we got to talk about it for a moment.
A brief second, and we'll move on.
A brief moment in time. God, man, I'm gonna bring the Magnum just in case.
The countdown stuff is happening.
Countdown stuff's happening. I don't want to bring.
Are you towards the end of the game?
I think we are getting towards the
Anytime
end.
a countdown comes up in Resident Evil, it's getting towards the end.
It's getting
I
towards the
finished
end.
folding shirts. That's the real
You could say
victory
the
of the
exact
night.
same thing about Metro.
Yeah.
Well, before
Yeah.
I go, can I end this call on a high note?
Yeah.
Rocco, I found a better shirt than Keep Calm and Bazinga. I've now found a shirt where the crew of Firefly is coming out of the TARDIS saying shiny.
Oh
Thank
my
you, Andy
god.
Knight.
I don't know what he just hung up. You can't top it.
No.
Ah.
I want to lay out what I want.